Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome back home to the Cotswolds. We got back from Geneva yesterday. I hope you enjoyed that vlog. We had a wonderful reset, lovely relaxing break, and yeah, it was very much needed. We had such a gorgeous time, and I'm not home for long because I'm actually off again tomorrow. I've got one day to do a big turnaround before heading off on another trip tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have spotted by now. It will have been up on my Instagram where I'm off to. So looking forward to it. But today I've got to do a big wardrobe, suitcase, garden, house overhaul to prepare for that trip. It feels funny that we've basically got no food in the house. I'm gonna have to forage around for some things to eat today, and no fresh flowers in the house because that would be silly having been away so much. So yeah, it just feels like we're on a blank canvas. I've also realised that I still have got all of my winter coats in my wardrobe, so I want to do a winter coat removal and summer dress opposite of removal addition into my wardrobe. So I thought we could do that together if I get time later on today. It's just in my head that we're in May now and I really need to get that done. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Unpack, sort out clothing, washing. The bed needs making, washing that is. There's a few tasks that I need to do in the garden. I need to make sure that the greenhouse is watered. They're both short trips, but there's just a lot that I need to pack in. I think it was last summer, wasn't it, that I had not even a day, I had a night at home in between two quite long trips, and I actually didn't sleep that night. I was out in the garden with my head torch doing the gardening through the night, thinking, oh, I'll sleep on the plane. So today's not quite that bad. I do have some daylight hours, so I need to pinch out my sweet peas and do a few other bits and bobs in the garden. So without further ado, let's get going. This is my very relaxed outfit of the day. It feels a little bit 60s and I'm not sure why. This is a lovely oversized shirt. It's from Lily Silk, and I just love it for days around the house. Just really, really comfortable. And then these trousers you might have seen at the end of the second to last vlog. And they are basically, they're not actually denim even though they look like it. You've got a little tie detail around the waist which just makes them super, super comfortable. Pockets. So yeah, these have replaced leggings as my daily relaxing around the house trousers. So that is today's outfit of the day. This looks like a weapon. It's my tripod. Again, if you watch to the end of the second to last vlog, or two before, you'll have seen that I did actually use this as a weapon in our first aid training as something to protect me from anyone that may choose to attack in London. I am so happy that it's such a nice day today. I was watching one of Madeline Olivia's vlogs. I love her vlogs, and she was talking about how she also gets quite overwhelmed on sunny days, because on sunny days you just want to seize the moment and do absolutely everything. And I know this is something that I've mentioned before, and it's something that I just need to chill out about, because on days like this, firstly, there's just so many things that I need to get done in one day. I want to create a really nice vlog for you guys to watch. I have got loads of clothes that I want to try on, and I like to film outfit videos when it's sunny, but also I want to be out in the garden, but also my inbox needs attention, serious attention. So yeah, I do find sunny days joyous and magical, but also overwhelming. And then half of me is like, I was watching someone else's vlog, and I can't actually remember who it was, but she said that she just spent 4 hours on a sunny day sitting outside reading, and I was thinking, oh, I would just love to be able to do that, but alas. Anyway, I have managed to find some lovely ingredients. I've got 2 pak choy leaves. We've got some gargantuan, it's the second time I've used that word today, organically grown spinach from the Daylesford Market Garden. Like, what are they feeding their spinach for the leaves to be that big? And I've got 1 solitary wrap. If you love fajitas and wraps, and also this is the brand that we buy our pizzas from, this brand here, it's not UPF, which is great. So what I'm going to do is make my omelette, cheesy veggie omelette wrap. I actually started to do them like this for my brother because my brother is basically out all day for work and he's driving a lot of the time, so for him to eat healthily at work is very challenging, but we're trying to encourage him to cook a little bit more at home and take things with him instead of stopping at service stations for his lunch. So I basically made a few of these a couple of weeks ago with him to show him how easy and delicious they were, and that you can just wrap them up in foil and take them with you for lunch. I think he sometimes has access to a microwave, sometimes, but you can eat them lukewarm as well, or just eat them cold, it's fine. So I'm going to start by scrambling a couple of eggs, slicing my greens, the most important ingredient, cheese, bit of seasoning. Okay, it's been cooking for 2 minutes on low heat. Now while it's still a bit squidgy, I'm popping the wrap down and I'm hoping that they kind of like blend together a little bit. Because these are not like ultra processed wraps, they're not quite as soft and airy as your traditional ones. So this would actually work better with like an 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 kind of one. Can't remember how I flipped it last time. Good thing about this pan is you can use metal utensils. Actually, I probably don't need to. Let's see. This could go very wrong. Ah, okay, we've got scrambled egg on a wrap. Yeah, last time it kind of melded together a bit more. We'll cook that a little bit longer. Omelette on a wrap. Maybe not quite what I envisaged, but I think this is going to be yummy. So if you've watched my travel vlogs, you'll know that this is my best friend. This is my little blender from Ninja. Amazing if you have breakfast buffets, for example, and you want to make yourself a smoothie. It's just super, super handy. You can obviously make your smoothie and then unclip it and take your drink around with you. I like to whiz up my collagens and my electrolytes and everything. So when I'm at home, what I do is I make these jars. You'll have seen these before, and this contains all of my crazy weird powders from my organized, which is, sounds a bit gross, but it's basically the really healthy bits from an animal that maybe you wouldn't necessarily want to eat, like the liver, the brain. I put a teaspoon of that in. Protein, collagen, electrolytes, what else? Maca powder, my mushrooms, all the weird and wonderful stuff that would take me hours, literally hours, to put together a smoothie every morning if I didn't prepare them in bulk. And I also like to add in kefir, always the liquid ingredients first. So the thing that makes this one a bit cleverer than the original one that they brought out is that the blender base, it stays in. Like, you don't actually need to swap the base over. If you have the original one, you'll know that it's a little bit of a faff that you have to unscrew the base, you have to tip it upside down and put your base on it. Half the time I just didn't bother, but that did make it very heavy because you'd have to be carrying the motor around with you, whereas now you just unclip it, and even though the blades are still in here, you just carry it around like this, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it's just a much better design. So if you like to have smoothies on the go, this is just a genius little invention. Delish. And it means I don't have loads of washing up to do. Okay, my darlings, breakfast was delicious. I feel like I've had a 3-course breakfast, even though it wasn't the most photogenic. That omelette wrap was scrumptious. So now I am quite pleased with past Josie, because I was super organized knowing that today was going to be busy. and I have pretty much packed for my next trip. So all I need to do is take my wash bags and a few essentials out of my Geneva suitcase to put it in my next trip suitcase. Something that I left behind and instantly regretted when I got a giant spot on our last trip was this. So this is coming with me to New York, and oh, I revealed where we're going. Well, now you know. This is going to come with me to New York, and I used this last night, which is why you can no longer see the breakout that I had on my chin. This is the zip dot, and this little donut will become your absolute best friend if you suffer from breakouts or even more serious acne, because it is an absolute game changer when it comes to blemishes. I used this when I got home late last night. It's so quick and easy to do, so tiny, so perfect for traveling. So what I'm going to do is just whiz you back in time quickly and show you me using this last night. Good evening, my darlings. I'm not gonna lie, I am so ready for bed, but I have a very quick treatment that I want to do on my skin this evening. I have got a new skincare device. I love a good device. I adore my LED mask. That's something that I will always do and always recommend for glowing skin and anti-aging. But if there's one other thing that pesters me with my skin, it's the fact that I'm 33 years old and I still get blemishes. I wouldn't say that my skin is acne prone, although this is literally designed for acne prone skin. It's more just that my skin is oily. When I get spots, they stick around for a long time. Sorry, TMI. And the whole time that we were away, I was like, I wish I'd brought this with me so that I could just get rid of them. This is new from Zip. I got this on Current Body, and it's called their Dot. It looks like this cute little donut, and it charges with the USB-C, so it's the same as my mobile phone, which is really convenient. And this is the world's first microcurrent acne or blemish treating device. It's got microcurrent and nanocurrent, and it really helps to bring down inflammation. It helps to calm the skin, and there's been some incredible results, some incredible before and afters, as it's something that Current Body sell. We know that there's so much research that's gone into this. I'll actually put one of the before and afters on the screen here for someone that has suffered from acne, and I think it's said to reduce blemishes by 44% in 12 weeks. So if you, or maybe your son or your daughter or a family member or friend suffers from acne really badly, then you'll know that it can be very big on the old self-esteem. I know that whenever I get a blemish, it's all I can see in my videos and it's all I can think about, and so I really sympathize if acne is something that anyone suffers from. But the results from this have been truly game-changing. I've heard so many people both online and in real life raving about this, so I thought I would show you how I personally use it. Now, sorry for the TMI, but I'm going to show you my blemishes. I have got cleansed skin at the moment, and this area here, I mean, these are ones which, I'm sorry, again, TMI, but I squeezed these a few days ago. I'm going to blame all the Easter-induced chocolate maybe. I've got a little scar here from this spot, which was so big. You would have seen this, I think, in the last but one vlog. And then I've got a nice fresh one over here. Delightful. I thought when I was younger that you grew out of having spots, but apparently not. Anyway, let me show you how I use this. So this is the clear gel from Zip. Anytime you want to use a device with a current, like a microcurrent or a nanocurrent, it's very important that you use conductive gel. This is a very handy size, that little bottle, so I'm popping it here and here. Don't skimp on the conductive gel, you need to have a good amount. I believe that the jazzier gels, like this one, the golden gel, are currently on offer. This one is a collagen boosting gel, so if you want to do your entire face, you can do an entire face treatment with this, or if you're using the Zip Halo, for example, now's a really good time to stock up on gels. This also helps to rebalance the skin's microbiome. It helps with your absorption of your skincare that you apply afterwards. So you can use it, as I'm about to, for a singular spot treatment, or you can actually use it all over the face to get the benefits all over. There's no complicated routine, there's no app. It's just a case of either pressing the button once or pressing and holding it for a different routine, and then I don't know if you'll be able to see, but a little kind of emoji comes up here. So when it's on and you can see it's illuminated, you put it on the area, you can feel a little tingle, and you just kind of rotate it side to side, clockwise and anti-clockwise. And I can feel it buzzing. And with things like this, oh, it really tingles. Hang on, I'm gonna put some more gel on. Sometimes if it tingles too much, you might just need a little bit more of the conductive gel. I always want to know with these things, how on earth do they work? Because I want to know the science. And how this works is the microcurrents go into the skin and they reduce swelling, they reduce redness, they reduce inflammation in the skin through the actual current. And then nanocurrent, which I believe is the smaller one, that actually mimics the body's natural electrical currents, and it kind of stimulates the skin cells to go into repair mode. So it's fantastic for calming and repairing and nourishing the skin, which, let's be honest, if you've had a blemish, your skin needs to recover afterwards. So that blend of the micro and the nano just means that you get a hit of both in one. I don't know if you can hear it just gently buzzing. This is actually clinically proven to reduce blemishes and the inflammation just from one use. It really makes such a difference. I know that tomorrow, even if the redness is still a tiny bit there, this blemish area will just be completely flat, so I can pop makeup on and you won't be able to see anything. There we go. And then this blemish down here, which is still a little bit more active, it'll really help to take down the actual inflammation in this blemish. So if adult blemishes are bothering you, or if you do suffer from more acne prone skin, then this is just one of those devices that can be such a game changer. It's so teeny tiny, it's really easy to use. You can just do this for literally only 90 seconds as part of your routine. You can give it a go every couple of days. Oh, it's so tingly, it's so powerful for such a tiny device. And as always, I do have a discount code for Current Body that'll work on the zip dot, so I will leave that on the screen here. And I'll leave this linked down below. It comes in a few different colours. I thought the white was very chic. Let's turn this off. But I think you can get it in yellow. I think there's a purple one. And then I just like to give it a little clean down with my cloth afterwards. I don't know if I gave you a close-up, but this is what it looks like on the flip side. So it's these two kind of electrodes that send the current through the skin to help with those blemishes, and it is really important that you do use it with the conductive gel and that you keep these two nodes on the skin, flat on the surface. And if you do the I think it's 4 minutes of treatment, 2 minutes of calming, the full face version, then you just kind of wiggle it around the face. It's fantastic if you have had a few blemishes maybe, or you just want to use it for the benefits of the skincare absorption. It really does help your skincare to absorb so much better. So I'm going to leave this linked down below alongside my discount code. Have a little look, and if any of you guys have tried it, I would love to know how you get along, because I've only heard the most amazing things about this. And if blemishes are making you feel self-conscious, or it's something that you want to tackle within your skincare, then I definitely recommend giving this a try. Okay, my darlings, I'm going to finish cleansing and off to bed. Okay, we're back. So you can see that area, all of the anger has come out now. There's just like the tiniest little bit of a red mark, but the actual bump and everything has gone. So yes, I'm very, very grateful to have my zip dot. Now, I've checked the weather forecast and there could be a little bit of rain on one of the days that we're there. So I need to pack a slightly more sensible outfit and one of my little umbrellas. But while we were away on the last trip, I did place another couple of orders. So I think I might do a little bit of outfit planning. So yeah, let's put together some lovely spring outfits. Okay, so my mission with this selection of pieces which I've ordered are to really ensure that I am fully stocked with the wardrobe absolute basics, those core pieces that everyone should have in their wardrobe at this time of year for spring and summer. I think in the video where I showed you the Suzanne jeans, of which I kept 3 pairs, I kept the high-waisted denim, well, they're all high-waisted and cropped, the brown and the cream. I have realised since owning those that actually having these staples in your wardrobe just makes putting outfits together so much easier. So I'm on a mission. There's a few key things that I feel everyone should have in their wardrobe, and I'm on a mission to find the one. So the one pair of perfect, are they linen or cotton, you know, not denim trousers, the perfect lightweight jacket to pop on at this time of year. It's just very, very versatile. The perfect pair of jeans, and I'm going to document this on TikTok as well, and also YouTube Shorts. So the first thing that I've got here are a few pairs of trousers, and I did spend quite some time literally like reading reviews and searching various different websites to find ones that were very highly recommended, and the outfits I've got in mind hopefully can all revolve around the perfect pair of trousers. So one I actually have already. I already own the Abercrombie Sloane trousers. These are really, really popular. Sometimes I feel that they look a tiny bit baggy. So are they the one? I don't know. But I'm going to use these as my control, so the one to compare them against. Because obviously I already have these. I find them very comfortable, very versatile, but there is still that little bit of room for improvement. These are all from the high street, either H&M or Mango, maybe a couple of pairs from ASOS, I think. But as always, everything will be linked in the description box down below. To keep it fair, I'll just keep this blouse on with everything, but then I have bought up my little belt, which at the moment I think is $12.99. This is crazy. It looks like 𝑭𝒆. So let's get trying. Okay, so we're getting started with a pair that, as I mentioned, I already have. This is not the Abercrombie Sloane pair. This is a pair from Mango, and I think I wore this exact outfit a couple of weeks ago when we did the Pamela Anderson reel. I absolutely love that one. They have been worn a few times and I haven't washed or ironed them yet, so a little bit creased, but that's just what you get when it comes to linen trousers, and I don't think it looks that bad. But this is pretty close to the perfect pair. They are high-waisted. I like the fact that they've got the pleats. They're not as baggy on the legs as the Abercrombie ones, and if I bring you down, you can see that they're actually a really nice crop, so they're a really good length. Now, how do we feel about these? This style of footwear is very trendy at the moment, like a kind of suede ballerina shoe, and I thought this could potentially be the perfect style of trouser to wear them. I'm just not usually a trend accessory lover. I prefer to keep my shoes and my bags quite classic, but they are very comfortable. And if I am going to get a trend piece, then I'll definitely go to the high street instead of anything more expensive. But these ones, I don't know, I just don't think they're for me. Let me know your thoughts on these. So I'm actually glad I started with that other pair and then put on the Abercrombie & Fitch Sloane trousers, because this is really interesting to compare. I know so many people are obsessed with the Abercrombie Sloane trousers, and don't get me wrong, they are ridiculously comfortable, they are lovely quality and a great price. However, having tried on that other pair, I think the first pair are more flattering, with the pleats on the waist and the thinness of the material, whereas the pockets inside these ones, it's quite thick fabric inside the pockets, which on me just makes them appear a little bit more hippie, which is not a problem. They are a tiny bit longer as well. I'm mentioning all these little details because I think if you are looking for like that one perfect pair, it does make a difference. So they're a teeny weeny bit longer, and I prefer a slight crop, but then in winter maybe you do want the length, but we're not in winter. Love the pockets. They are, I would say they are considerably thicker than the first pair though, so this could probably be your cooler day pair of linen trousers, whereas that first pair is probably that little bit more appropriate for warmer spring summer days. Both look amazing with this belt. If you haven't already treated yourself to this, it does fluctuate in price. At the moment I think it's $12.99, sometimes it goes up to £20, but it really does elevate so many outfits. Okay, pair number 3. I love the colour of these, and they're very easy and quick to pull on. They're just an elasticated waistband, no zip, no button or anything like that, but we do still have pockets. I feel that these are going to be for those days when you're working from home, slightly more relaxed and casual than the other pairs, and I do love the length of them. I like a really nice cropped length, so yeah, I think these are going to just be really nice, relaxed house trousers. So I think we're on pair number 4 now, and these are that little bit smarter, I would say. They are more of a full length. You've got the pleat detail around the waist and that classic button detail. They're a linen and viscose blend, which hopefully is going to stop them from creasing quite so much, but that is kind of just part and parcel of wearing linen trousers. Personally, I think I prefer that first pair, which have got a little bit more of a texture to the material. But if you're going to be wearing them sat at a desk all day or on car journeys, then maybe the viscose blend that helps prevent the creasing is going to be a factor to consider. And yeah, I do like the length of these. I think perhaps in cooler months with some heeled boots, perhaps, they could be very, very flattering. And the final pair. So this pair is actually the most affordable. They are a linen blend, so less creasing. However, they do just lack that little bit of texture that I really like in linen trousers. Shape-wise, they are the most straight up and down. I feel that these are quite good, smart ones for workwear trousers. They've got a little bit of elastication on the waistband, so very, very comfortable and full length. So you could shorten them if you want to. I think for workwear, these would actually be my top choice, but for more fashion trousers, I actually think pair number 1 is the one, closely followed by Abercrombie & Fitch Sloane trousers. So let me know if you agree. Are any of the others real standouts for you? I think I will also keep that very cropped pair, because for wearing around the house, I think that'll be very versatile. So there we go. That is part 1, tick. Linen trousers done. I think the next thing I'm going to do is lightweight jackets, because I've been playing around with denim jackets and like suede style bombers, and there's some really nice ones on the high street, so let's see if we can find the one when it comes to spring jackets. Okay, so we're going to do a similar structure for the spring jacket. Again, starting off with one in my wardrobe. This is the Ralph Lauren spring jacket. I don't know what else you'd call it, lightweight overshirt style jacket, and this is going to be the control that will compare the others to. This one is obviously a more premium price point with it being from Ralph Lauren, but already I've seen just how versatile this can be. It's the perfect weight of jacket for this time of year in the UK. Some days it's chilly, some days it's warm, and it's just really nice and lightweight. It's got a very relaxed style to it. Would I have added this to my basket had we not been watching Yellowstone? I don't know, but I do really love it. And just with a simple white t-shirt and jeans, this is one of the pairs from Sézane that I love. They fit so, so nicely. So this, I guess, is what we are comparing the others to. But if budget allows, I couldn't recommend this one any more highly. I think it is such a nice jacket. This jacket, I would say, is the most similar that I have found on the high street to the Ralph Lauren one. So if you want to get the look for less, that kind of barn coat, what they call barn jackets, a little bit 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 very much, so farmhouse countryside style, I think this is a really fantastic affordable option. You've got the contrast collar, which I think is a nice detail, quite utilitarian style pockets, and a nice loose fit. So for a far more affordable price tag, I think this jacket is really great for getting that kind of look for less. Back up to a slightly higher price point with this one, because this is from 𝑏𝒂. Now, I've never owned a 𝑏𝒂 lightweight jacket before. I've only ever had their wax jackets, or one which was a kind of padded jacket. This has got no lining or anything. It's just one simple kind of gabardine style bit of fabric. You've got a nice bit of detail on the trim. I like this check pattern, and you've got the classic cord detail on the collar. That classic 𝑏𝒂 pull ring on the zip. Now, I really like this, but it's one of those things where I'm just thinking, do I actually need this in my wardrobe? I feel like it is a very versatile piece and a great essential for a spring wardrobe, but do I personally need it? That is the question. So you may have seen from the last few videos, I've kind of been on the lookout for that perfect cropped trench coat, and I actually think I found the one in the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 one that I tried on in the last but one video. However, I did want to try this as just one more option, which is from the Highstreet. This is an H&M one. You've got this nice cropped detail on the shoulder, kind of military button style detail on the shoulder, and with just the one button done up, it does have almost like a 60s swing look to it. Having got the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 one though, that one is just really amazing quality and also a rainproof material. So for me, that one is the one, but for a much more affordable alternative, this is also a really lovely style. Okay, the final piece that I want to try on with this outfit are two green khaki olive utility style shirts, and I don't know if these are 100% true to my personal style. I've seen people wearing these and looking really cool, but now having popped them on, I'm just not too sure if it's me. This one I thought would be the most me, having got a bit of a waist tie detail that you can cinch in and make it look a little bit more feminine. I like the design detail of the pockets, gives it a utilitarian vibe, but I just can't see myself reaching for these over, for example, the Ralph Lauren jacket. So yeah, I like it on other people, but I think this is probably not the one for me. So this is the last one. It is similar in colour, but more cropped than that previous one. A little bit less going on because it doesn't have the waist belt. Yeah, I do like it, but again, just not quite right for me. I'm glad I tried it because when I see people wearing this style of jacket on Instagram, I'm always quite intrigued and wondered if it would work for my wardrobe. And I think, yeah, it's a nice look, but I just can't see myself reaching for them very often. But if this is your vibe, then these are two really nice options. So again, I will leave them all linked down below. Okay, next, denim jackets, and once again we're starting with a control. This is my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 denim jacket from their new collection. You might have spotted this a couple of vlogs ago. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's just instantly makes me feel more cool, and the details on this, as you'd imagine from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, really beautiful. You've got the gold button detail. There's a little bit of embroidery on the pockets, and I like the fact that the pockets have got like an overflop, like a lid. I don't know the technical term, but they've got an overflop on the pockets, so you can also put your hand in that way or that way depending on your preference. I personally have not yet worn this out and about as a double denim look, but it's not wildly dissimilar in colour to my 𝑐𝑍𝑛 jeans. So how do we feel about double denim? This is the one that I currently have in my wardrobe that I love. So let's try on a few similar high street alternatives and yeah, see if we can find the one. This next one is a lot more affordable. This one is from H&M, and we've got this lovely scallop and kind of embroidered detail down here at the bottom, which gives it a really nice feminine finish. It's a little bit more lightweight than that first one as well. I feel that this could be a really nice throw over that's a little bit more versatile, a little bit more timeless than the khaki overshirts I showed you a second ago, and I would say a little bit more true to my style. I've gone from someone who practically didn't own a pair of jeans and never wore them to now going double denim. I think I've finally got the denim bug. Not sure if I would wear the two together though, as they're not quite the same colour, but I think for an affordable denim overshirt or denim jacket, this is such a nice option, so I think I'll keep this one as well. This one kind of feels like somewhere in between the last two. It's a little bit more cropped than the last ones, but it's a real authentic wash, I would say, of denim. It feels more like a pair of jeans as a jacket, if that makes sense, but I really like the colouring and I like the button detail. A little bit more heavyweight than the last one, but not as heavyweight as the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. For me, because it's in between the two, I don't think I need it, but if you're looking for just the absolute classic timeless denim jacket, then I don't really think they come much more classic than this style. So I've tucked this in so it looks a little bit more like a denim shirt than a denim jacket, but it is quite oversized, which makes me think of it more as a jacket, if that makes sense. So it is essentially just an oversized denim shirt. We are majorly double deniming now. This is something that is way out of my comfort zone. Again, this is one of those looks that I can definitely appreciate, but I just don't know if I would ever actually wear it. So it's a trend or a look that I'm really glad that I've played around with and experimented with, and I think maybe in another life I would love to wear things like this, but I just can't see myself reaching for this over a pretty blouse with a pair of jeans. So yeah, another one that's great for other people but just not quite right for me. Let me know if you agree with these statements, by the way. I'd love to know what you guys think. So for the final denim piece, this is a shame because I had high hopes for this piece. I had very wholesome images in my head. This is gonna sound weird, but the style inspiration was Martha Stewart, and it's just not quite giving the vibes that I wanted it to give. It's this big denim kind of overshirt, maybe a bit peculiar wearing it with the jeans, but it is giving wholesome homemaker, but not quite in the way that I wanted it to. Looks a bit better when you wear it open, so perhaps with a t-shirt underneath, but yeah, just not quite the vibes that I was hoping for it to give. I think that the white blouse that I was wearing at the very beginning gives more of the vibes that I was after, and again, a lovely piece, just not quite perfect for my wardrobe. So I think we've had maybe 70% success rate, but it's been fun to do a big old try on. Okay, my darlings, I don't know about you, but that is quite enough trying of things on for now. I'm gonna head out into the garden and do the things that are on my gardening to-do list. I often find that I have to balance when I'm like overly consumeristic with something a lot more wholesome, just to balance out my brain. So I'm gonna go and spend some time in the greenhouse. I am going to, just for myself, try on a few of the other bits that I ordered in those clothes orders later on today. I think the vibe that I was going for was kind of getting the Ralph Lauren look for less, that kind of vibe, summer essentials, spring essentials. So if you would like to see some more outfit inspo, then what I'll probably do is have a big kind of chunk at the end of the video with a voiceover. I'll just leave the camera rolling while I'm trying on. So if this has inspired you and you want to see more, then just whiz to the end of the video and I will show you the rest of the items. As you may know, I link everything that's in my wardrobe, all of my outfits, on an app called LTK. So if you ever wonder where something's from, there's a very strong chance that you'll be able to find it on my LTK, as well as the links in the description box down below. But anyway, that is enough fashion chat. Let's go and be wholesome because my sweet peas need my attention. Okay, here we are in my very bustling greenhouse. Everything needs a really good water after we've been away for a few days, but I like to always get my things that I need to do in here done and then just drench everything. Oh dear, lots of this needs to go outside because I think the fact that it's going yellow means it's a little bit, it's probably suffocating a little bit in that soil. So it needs to go outside. A few of my tomatoes still need to be potted on. Is this a type of kale? I'm actually not sure what this is. Oh gosh, turnips! They definitely need to go in the ground. Still no signs of life from my beans yet. They're not completely dried out. We've got the first little shoot of this set of ranunculus, and this strawberry plant is starting to really get going. Kales over here that have been potted on. Oh, sorry, not kale, that's actually a purple sprouting broccoli. And another very happy looking tomato. Oh, I always do this. I always call my strawberries tomatoes, but he's looking happy. Anyway, what I actually need to do, hang on a sec. These are regular peas, not sweet peas. And I actually don't remember, are they? Yeah, I can't remember. Oh no, now I'm really questioning myself. Oh, I can't remember. Alderman. I'm going to have to Google it because I can't remember if these are edible peas or sweet peas. If they are sweet peas, then I definitely need to give them all a really good snip down. Hang on a sec, I need to do a Google. Okay, I've just done a quick Google. These are normal peas. So where are all my sweet peas? I thought I did loads, but now I'm wondering if I've gone mad because these are definitely normal peas as well. Got these ones, but there's only like 5. Normally I go to town on my sweet peas. Surely I didn't do a mix in here. Surely I've got a feeling I might have done sweet peas with regular peas. Oh yes, I did. Look, these are sweet peas. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is take out these 4 rows of edible peas, and these can grow up to 2 meters high. So I've got out a really tall support, and I'm going to plant these underneath and give them a really good water. Hopefully it's going to rain here while I'm in the US, so they will get a really good drink. But birds do like to eat them when they're this size, so I'll also need to put a little bit of protection around them. And as for my sweet peas, I just need to pinch these out to encourage a bushier plant. So I'm just going to take them down like so, just taking the top off. You can't eat this bit. You can do if they are edible peas, but not sweet peas. So I'll just pinch out all of these. And it's not too late to get these outside. I know lots of people have done it already, but we can give these another couple of weeks. You'll be pleased to know that I'm protecting my manicure with Virgin & Ball's lovely stripy gloves that Charlie got me. Such a sweet gift. And they're very comfortable. They're quite warm as well. They'll be good when... Oops, sorry, there's my pearl chain dangling in the way. Yeah, they'll be quite good when I'm gardening on chilly mornings and evenings in the winter. So this is my support. I'm not very good with measurements, but it's probably a foot taller than I am. So does that mean it's 2 meters? Probably not. But I want to save my really tall support for my beans. So I'm going to position this right here in the middle of this bed between my raspberries and my strawberries. The raspberries are taking over, as I knew they would. Very annoying, but I'm going to pull these up and hope that they don't completely ruin my pea growing. We'll see. But yeah, let's start by pulling up the raspberries. They can grow there, that's fine. I just don't want them growing in the middle of the bed. I wish Charlie hadn't planted them here, but we're both very stubborn. And he won this fight. Darn it. Okay, so after pulling the raspberry shoots out of the ground, I then raked it over slightly and put my tall support in here. This is 2 or 3 varieties of pea, some of which could get really tall. And as you saw, I used my dibber to make a hole in the ground and carefully put them in. They were in these root trainers, so the roots grew nice and strong, low down, and it's good to try to avoid as much root disturbance as possible, which is why also toilet roll tubes work really well. Then I've used these really handy little rings, which I got from the garden centre last year. These come in really helpful because you can move them, you can reuse them, and they're just so much quicker and less fiddly than using string. But what you could do at this stage is to tie some string here and then tie it to the next area, and then the pea will start to wind its way up. So yeah, they're all attached in. And then as I was pinching out, I've been saving the tops because these are very much edible, the pea shoots, and whatever we have for our dinner, I'll sprinkle these on top. So full of goodness. So, okay, I need to just make sure all of my sweet peas in here have been pinched out, taking off that top little section, and this will encourage, hopefully, bushier growth and more flowers. Monty Don said to leave them in the greenhouse for a couple of weeks longer still, so mustn't eat those, keep them separate. So I'm not in any rush to plant out my sweet peas, but this is a normal pea variety, not quite so tall variety, so I'm just going to see if I've got any twigs and sticks that I can create a second pea support structure. And this is a good sign. My first cosmos of the year. The first year I grew them I had so much success, but I think my seeds were old, so this is my second batch. Hopefully when I come back from our next trip there'll be a few more cosmos seedlings starting to come up, because just one, although it would give me plenty of flowers, is not quite as exciting as having 20 or 30 different plants. I know I've showed it in a few of the recent vlogs, but another massive shout out to our crab apple archway, which is in full bloom right now. I'm really glad we got a sunny day between trips to appreciate it. I'll try not to get attacked by the sprinkler. In fact, let's just give that a moment to spin round. There's just a couple of buds still tightly bound. These little pink balls are the buds. Oh, it's coming back. But yeah, full bloom crabapple arch. If we'd have got married in early spring instead of late spring, we could have timed it to have wedding photos under it at this stage, but it did look beautiful, and the rest of the garden looked even more beautiful in early to mid-June when we did actually get married. But yeah, it just looks stunning. The white and the green and the plumptiousness, like the thickness of the flowers, not just a twiddly little arch, it's a really plump and fabulous arch. And you can see on the house, the wisteria, the purple shoots are just starting to tease their way through. Okay, I've grabbed myself some water. I just don't drink enough when I'm out in the garden. What next? Right, let's tidy up this little section. Hello again, my darlings. We are back up in this room. We are time traveling a little bit in today's vlog. Before I show you just the last few outfits, I want to show you my current favorite snack combination. This is the dream. Like, my mouth is watering even just thinking about what I'm about to enjoy. So these are the little, is it 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝙒𝙢 6 milk chocolate rice cake minis. They're just so satisfying if you just need that little sweet treat. As I mentioned, today I'm kind of foraging in the house, because what I really love are my dates. When I cut the date in half, take the seed out and put either almond butter, oh my god, my mouth's watering so much, or pistachio creme and then some pistachios on top. That's the top tier, but this is also very good and a lot easier. So this is the M&S pistachio creme. You guessed it, it's getting dunked. I would recommend taking the pistachio creme out of the fridge 10 minutes before you want to enjoy this snack. A good hearty helping of pistachio. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh no, except when your rice cake breaks. That's why you need to get the creme out of the fridge a little bit earlier. I'd love to know if you guys have bought this from M&S. How are you eating it? I saw Hannah on her stories yesterday, or a few days ago actually. She posted about a pistachio matcha. Maybe I need to make a matcha and then like blend some of this into it. So much pleasure, and that was only one rice cake. I've got 5 more to enjoy. Anyway, back to my high street pieces. I placed a few very big orders, and I have no intention of keeping everything, but I really did just want to, as I mentioned earlier, sort out the kind of basics, building blocks, essentials in a spring wardrobe, and any that maybe I've already got from previous years, to show you this year's versions in case you want to add any of these into your wardrobe. So, not necessarily, I feel like a school child, not necessarily to be worn together, but this style of shorts, they really are fantastic for gardening. And some people on TikTok got very angry that I buy things just for gardening. But when you spend as much time in the garden as me, and you see a pair of shorts like this, obviously the first thing I think of is those are going to be great for lovely warm summer days. They're quite textured, elasticated waistband, so really easy to slip on. I would love these if they were like 3/4 length as well, but my legs don't see that much airtime. So on a nice warm day, I do like to get my legs out when I'm gardening. The blouse, as you can see, I'm clutching it because I'm not wearing the right bra. I'd probably recommend a bralette, but a lightweight blouse like this, whether it's for holiday or whether it's for just an extra layer when you are enjoying the sunshine and the warm days at home. It's a very versatile blouse, but it could have done with just one more button because, yeah, I'm not wearing a very pretty bra today, and it's a little bit revealing. I would also have loved to have that little bit of fabric here that enables you to keep your sleeves rolled up. But as far as spring summer basics go, these are really lovely pieces. I knew this would happen. I knew as soon as I posted my trend video, was it in January? The trend that I said I would not go near was barrel leg jeans, and here I am just a few months later wearing barrel leg jeans. But they're a very subtle barrel. Again, maybe Yellowstone has inspired me a little bit here because they're a little bit cowboyish. I'm just not sure if they're as flattering as straight up and down, but as I always say, if there's a trend that you're not 100% sure on, I can see that there's a little bit of rice cake with chocolate on the floor, and I am not letting that go to waste. 3-second rule. Maybe 3 minutes. Who knows? Barrel leg jeans. Yeah. I don't know. I think the high street is the way to go when it comes to trends like this, because are we going to be wearing jeans like this in a few years' time? Who knows? But other than the weird kind of bowing at the knee, they are a really nice fit. I like the size of these, they're roomy, I like how high-waisted they are. They are actually a really nice pair of jeans, so quite tempted to keep these and be down with the kids with the barrel leg trend. I don't think my chocolate rice cakes and pistachio have affected me quite this quickly, but this pair of jeans are the same size as the barrel leg ones that I tried on, but I cannot actually do these up without causing serious bodily harm. So I'm not going to try it, but I am going to order these in the next size up because they're a really nice colour, really nice classic, just completely classic pair of jeans. They're just the fairly bright, but usual kind of denim colour. I like how high-waisted they are, I like this little detail, and I like how classic the cut is with just a straight up and down. I think that's quite flattering and leg elongating. But yeah, this difference in the size is quite mind-blowing. Every one that I take, I get more and more pistachio on it. This is my last one, so we've got a really strong pistachio to rice cake ratio. Okay, we've got a real winning formula here. First of all, I'll just show you the shoes so I can put this down. These are actually real suede, which I was quite pleasantly surprised by. H&M loafers at the moment are really good. They're grippy, so genuinely quite good for driving shoes if you're going for that Ralph Lauren, Loro Piana kind of look, but on a majorly more affordable scale, then H&M have got some really good pieces. So yeah, these shoes, pleasantly surprised how nice these are, and to be honest, this entire outfit. So I've got on this shirt, which is a really nice texture. I feel like, again, yeah, this could be some beautiful Italian couture shirt, but it's not. It was a fraction of the price. I've rolled up the sleeves, left a couple of the buttons undone. This necklace I've been wearing non-stop is Monica Vinader, by the way. It's part of their always on collection, so my discount code JosieMV20 should definitely work on this. I would say the shirt has got the tiniest bit of itch to it, but not in a way that it's bothering me, especially because it's not tight on the body. But the thing that I'm most excited about are the trousers. I think I'm just constantly on the lookout for a pair of classic white linen trousers that are not really expensive, and these may just be the ones. They fit really nicely, especially with the addition of the belts. Love the fact they've got belt buckles, love how high-waisted they are. Obviously, being a thin linen, great for summer holidays, especially if you're going somewhere where you want to be a little bit more covered up, or on travel days. If you're going to anywhere in the Middle East, then you'll probably want something that's long like this, and linen obviously keeps you nice and cool. So super chuffed with the trousers, considering also wearing the loafers. This would be a great travel day outfit, and I really like the combination of matching in the belt, which I showed you earlier, with the brown of the loafers. It's just a really nice combo. Okay, this belt unfortunately is just way too big. I haven't been able to do it up properly, but I probably will order a smaller size because I noticed that a few brands, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, Ralph Lauren, and a couple of others that I've seen on Net-a-Porter are doing these big wide belts at the moment. So I like it, but it's just this one is actually too big for me. So just popping back on the little white belt that this dress comes with, because this dress is an absolute winner. Perfection. I think a classic white dress like this, again, we are really ticking off all of those summer wardrobe staples, whether it's for a workwear piece or something to wear out. If you're going for a nice day with friends, just take a little moment to make sure that you've done the bow in as pretty a way as possible. Unfortunately, it doesn't have pockets, but maybe that's for a reason, because the fabric is the tiniest bit sheer, so you probably don't want to wear neon underwear. But the silhouette, the length is absolute perfection. It's a nice quality material as well. And I've popped it on with these shoes, which I think are absolutely beautiful, very elegant if you are looking to get quite a polished, ladylike look from the high street. And considering they are little kind of slip-ons, they feel very secure and very comfortable. I think they'd be gorgeous with trousers as well, these shoes. So I'm going to try styling them up in a few different ways. Okay, we've got two really nice pieces here. They just don't go well together. I showed you the denim version of this earlier in the video, and this is still kind of denim, but it's white. So we've got the scallop detail down at the bottom. And yes, I'm wearing it with a really lovely olive green satin skirt, which I really like, but they just definitely don't go together. So if we can use our imagination a little bit, two really nice pieces. This skirt probably needs a more fitted top, and this top probably needs more fitted bottoms. So not good together, but two really nice pieces. I think this might actually be the pair of jeans that I tried on earlier that didn't fit in a bigger size, which is great because they are really nice and high-waisted, that beautiful, very vivid denim colour. And I've styled them this time with this blouse here, which is a lovely linen blend. It's got a nice kind of tropically embroidery on it. I think this would be a great, again, holiday shirt, just a nice layering piece. Do I need another one? Quite possibly not, but again, just two really lovely wardrobe classics. The jeans are really long. That's the only thing I would say. I'm on my tiptoes, so if you're tall, then you're in luck, but if you are my height, then it's quite possible that these are going to have to get tailored. I think I picked up a couple of variations of this shirt, and I think I prefer the mango one, but the colour I really love. I think if you've got green eyes, then a green shirt is a lovely way to bring them out. And again, it does look really nice with these jeans, very countryside chic. This one I don't need to keep, but I think price-wise, quality-wise, it's a real winner. Okay, a top and a pair of trousers, again, that I had high hopes for, but they're just not quite right. The top is a little bit too cropped. Am I willing to make that sacrifice considering it was £15? And the button detail is really lovely. I mean, that actually looks like Monica Vinader jewellery. And the trousers are just ridiculously comfortable. They are elasticated. I like how cropped they are. However, they do seem quite sheer. You can see the exact lining of the pocket. So both pieces are not quite right, but lovely pieces nonetheless. And just while I'm wearing this, I have something maybe a bit controversial to show you. Have I gone mad? Quite possibly. Would I have bought these had I not started watching Yellowstone? I have no idea. I just thought they would be really cute for trotting out. If I need to, literally I will be trotting like an actual cow. If I need to dash out somewhere. I don't know. Have I lost the plot? Quite possibly. Do I need cow print Birkenstock style shoes? Oh, they do look quite cute. They do look quite cute. Guys, let me know. Have I gone completely bonkers? Yeah, I think I have, haven't I? I think I may have gone mad. Okay, my darlings, are you still with me? This is the final outfit. Hallelujah. But this is another one that really looks like it could be a full Ralph Lauren outfit. It could be a whole lot more expensive, but it's actually all from the high street. The blouse, I think that I disregarded blue and white stripes for far too long, and I'm now realizing that they truly are really timeless and lovely. Would I also love this in green and white stripe? Absolutely, but it's only available in blue and white right now. It looks quite nautical. These are actually shorts, but they are tailored shorts. Let's sort the pockets out with, you guessed it, an elasticated section at the back, which is pretty much a non-negotiable for me. It's not a non-negotiable, but it does make them a million times better. Yes, I'm wearing the $12.99 belt again. It really goes with everything. But let me show you the shorts in more detail. They are quite short, but the white linen wide leg trousers that I styled earlier could be a really nice alternative. And just while we're speaking of the high street, this pair of sunglasses, they look pretty much identical to the Celine/YSL ones. The shape of them is really, really lovely. They're a bit dirty. And I definitely don't need 2 pairs of loafers, and the first pair that I showed you, this pair, they actually go with the belt better, so I'm going to keep this pair. But just to show you a different option, if granddad shoes are your vibe, as I'm realizing they are mine, this is another really nice pair that is also incredibly comfortable. I definitely feel like I should be booking myself on a flight and a ferry to Nantucket with this kind of outfit. Okay, I have just been inside for a little bit of laptop time, just kind of looking around. My greenhouse is basically at this time of year just a massive to-do list, and there's so much that you need to do. It all really creeps up on you. Oh my gosh, I wish I could just lie here and sunbathe. One day I won't have a massive to-do list and I'll just lie in here with a book and enjoy. That's the one thing that us gardeners never do. We never actually just sit back and relax and enjoy the garden, which is such a shame, isn't it? There's just always so much to do. I need to retire. I do. I just need to retire so that I can enjoy. But then I don't know if I could. Don't know if I could. Anyway, tomatoes are actually looking really good. So I potted these on not even a week ago, and this one, for example, has tripled in size, and it's even got little side shoots coming, which is fantastic. So they're looking really good. I've got some dahlias here. We were talking about dahlias in Pilates before we went away on the trip, and some of the ladies who I'm sure have got decades more gardening experience than I have, they were saying that they have planted some of their dahlias directly into the ground already this year. So I think I might do that. I might do that with these, and that is a fairly easy job. So I think I'll do that now, actually. Actually, maybe not, because I do want to soak them first. No, I think I'll do that after our next trip. Shall I? Oh, I can't decide. I've also got, no, that says planting time autumn. These are all to be planted in autumn. Okay, I'm going to see to this seed tray and plant out some of my kale, what's it called? Rabbi kale. And then I've got a red Russian kale, which grew really well the past few years. Some tatsoi. I love these little tatsoi leaves. In fact, I think I'll have some with my dinner tonight. Got some celeriac, which according to Bunny Guinness and Daryl and their talk at Time, apparently celeriac is the thing to grow this year. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's not the most exciting, but if that's what they say. Yeah, I'm going to take one block from each of these plug tray rows and get them planted out. I might actually succession sow some of the tatsoi as well, because that seems to be doing really well. Anyway, less chatting, more gardening. Darlings, I'm really pleased with the amount of gardening chores that I managed to get done, and I'm just not gonna have time to do the coat switchover today. I don't think I have to leave here until about 9 tomorrow morning, because it's a lunchtime flight, which is great. Also means that I'll just get loads of work done on the flight, because it's going to be a work day. Hopefully I'll have Wi-Fi on the plane, and it'll be quite nice to just focus on the inbox for a little while. But something that won't take long is this area here. So these two little cubby holes, they're very visual, you know, you always see them, and yet there's still so much autumnal colour in my face here. Even having fluffy gilets, I feel is not very like this. I'm not going to wear this again until winter. As much as I adore it, it's just very wintry. So I'm just going to pull out some of the really autumn wintry looking pieces, put them where they live. I mean, even this metallic, it's very wintry, isn't it? Dark brown, love it, but wintry. and I'm going to put these away and then we'll restock my little areas with more spring summer appropriate colours, textures and styles. Okay, you might have noticed I've been strategically positioning myself and the camera so that you don't see the mess behind, because I'm still throwing a few of the last minute things into my suitcase for tomorrow's trip. But this makes me happy. There were too many autumnal colours and textures going on there before, and now it looks so much better. So I've pulled out some things that I want to get wear out of. I haven't worn this yet, this lovely Cape Cove cardigan. It's the colour of the season in this buttercup yellow. Things that I absolutely love, that I just want to wear more of. I just adore my very blurry, my Holland Cooper pink cardigan. I love this, and it's just joyous to see the spring colours. So I'm really happy to have done that. I'm now going to dash around and just tidy, throw a few last minute things into my suitcase, and then it's time for dinner. Okay, I am going to take my makeup off. It is 7 p.m. I've just booked myself onto Pilates for in 2 weeks' time. And I'm going to pop some comfy trousers on. When I'm doing my evening cleanse, that is when I like to watch people on YouTube. So let's see who's coming up on my subscription box today. Don't know why, but I keep getting American news channels, and I don't really want to watch that. But since the hack, my algorithm has been a bit weird. I get a lot of, I always did watch a lot of food videos, but what I do really like is that I'm getting a lot of content creators that are maybe smaller, maybe like 10,000 and below subscribers, but that have really lovely content. So, oh, someone else has done a review. Oh my gosh, someone has done a review on the Ninja coffee machine, and it's got 1.7 million views. I'm gonna watch that. I love learning more about gadgets that I already own, so I'm going to watch that. But as always, starting off taking off my makeup, I'm so happy with my skin at the moment, considering all the travel and all the Easter chocolate. I feel like I've just got the best selection of devices and tools at my fingertips to look after my skin. So first of all, taking off the makeup.
Today we're going to take a look at this. It's the new Ninja Cafe Luxe, a $499. Is there anything it can't do?
Okay, the first cleanse is done. I will use face halos every day for the rest of my life. I honestly think they are the best. I need to put a few more face halos in my suitcase. That's reminded me. I'm going to use my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 cleansing oil, which is no longer under embargo, so I can talk about this. It's just amazing. It's so lovely. It's got it's got a triple action cleansing technology within this, and it gets rid of daily grime, it gets rid of SPF, any traces of makeup, but it's also just full of those lovely essential oils like geranium and lavender that you get in 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 products. And when I think of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, I do think of them as an amazing brand for cleansing, but also for products that feel so lovely when you use them. It's like a spa routine. And what I will sometimes do, I've got it right here, is use my little gua sha tool to do a nice bit of facial massage while I've got this on, because when my skin is clean, that's when I put on my LED mask from Current Body, which you guys know I am obsessed with, and as well as having a discount code for the zip dot, you can also use my discount code, not the same one I don't think. I'll leave the discount code on the screen now for my LED device. I would say that's one of the things that you guys have bought the most of from my links ever. It's something that a lot of you love. You can actually do your lip lines with a gua sha tool. I do like just a couple of minutes in the evenings. Normally I'm very entertained by the YouTube video that I'm watching, so I just enjoy a little bit of facial massage. Yeah, and this also, because I wouldn't want to do this if I hadn't done the face halo step beforehand, because you'd essentially just be rubbing your cleanser blended with your day-old makeup and grime into your skin. But because this is the second cleanse, ooh, it feels lovely. Forehead as well. And I think, oh, and I feel like I'm also pushing in the lovely ingredients that are within this oil. Because it's a cleanser, and normally obviously with a cleanser you just wash it off, I like the fact that I have it on my skin for this little bit longer, and actually get to enjoy the kind of skincare benefits of it. Because it's not a cheap cleanser, so you want to really get the most of it. My local Cotswold WhatsApp group is going crazy because someone's crashed into David Beckham's wall. I shouldn't laugh, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the fact that my WhatsApp group is going crazy about this. I don't have a flannel, so I'll have to sort that out in a second. Yeah, the WhatsApp group is going wild, and I've just realised, I think, the day that this video goes live, there's the, do you remember a while ago I told you that Netflix approached Charlie and I about being in a Cotswold-based reality TV program? We did decline the opportunity for many reasons, but I think they did find people that were willing to do it, and I think it actually maybe goes live tonight, the day that you're watching this. So if I can find a link to it, I don't know if it did end up getting shared on Netflix or if it's gone on a different channel, but if I can find a link to it, or even just the name of it, I really hope it doesn't end up being Real Housewives of the Cotswolds. What did they say it was going to be called? I don't know, but it's going to be like Made in Chelsea meets... Oops, my battery died mid-chat. Did I? Yes, I did bring some flannels in. Yeah, I was talking about the Cotswolds TV programme. Not sure at this moment what it's going to be called, but we'll see, and I will be the first to watch it. I think it'll be really entertaining. I hope that it portrays this area in a nice way, and I hope it doesn't make it look like it's a really kind of cliquey, you know, snobbish area. I really hope not. And yeah, I'll be the first to watch it. I didn't want to be in it, but I will be the first to watch it. So I believe it goes live on the same day that this vlog goes live. So if you've already watched it, then let me know what your thoughts were, and if you were in my shoes, would you have wanted to have been in it? Let me know. I am very, very intrigued. What else do I have to report? Gosh, I'm always so impressed with how well this cleanser takes makeup off. I think we kind of forget how great oil is at makeup removal. But if someone asks you or says to you, like, what's the secret to good skin? It's not one thing. It's absolutely not one thing. It's having nice products, yes, but it's also drinking water, looking after your diet, making sure that you're eating good things, making sure you get good sleep is really important. And yeah, I think that using devices like this little and often makes a much more impactful difference, as opposed to just going to a spa like once every 6 weeks or something. I think it's the things that you do regularly, the habits that you get into, that make such a difference. And that's why I think so many people rave about this, and this one in particular. The technology that Current Body puts into their research and their devices, the fact that every single one of these has got its own unique, I think it's an NFT, I think, and you can track all through the production to make sure it's gone through all the quality control. It's not just like a random made in the middle of nowhere product that Current Body have stuck their name on. Like, they've really researched and created a very, very impactful product. It's got infrared, near infrared, deep infrared, so it goes through the different layers of your skin, zapping at your cells, invigorating the mitochondria, and getting your cells to themselves actually make more collagen. So if you are looking for that regular small dose of infrared and near infrared and LED that's going to help with very fine lines and wrinkles and just the overall appearance of your skin, dark spots, overall skin glow and skin health, then an LED device at home like this one I think is a real game changer within a skincare routine. So I've got this in my pocket. I will tootle around, probably going to sort through my towels. Actually, I'm going to put some more comfortable trousers on, and Charlie is cooking chicken noodles. Luckily we did have a Riverford delivery. I'm actually going to New York by myself. Well, I'm not, I'm going with someone really fabulous, but not with Charlie, so he's got some food for himself in now, which is great. But anyway, my darlings, I'm gonna have a nice evening with Charlie before I go away, so I'm very grateful that you watched to the end of this vlog. Thank you so much if you did get to the end. I really do appreciate the time that you spend watching these videos. It means so much to me. If you did want to check out this or anything from Current Body, I do have discount codes. If you or someone that you know and love does suffer from blemishes, from acne, then the Zip Dot is a real game changer. Just the technology behind it and the results that are proven are mind-blowing. So I will leave that link down below as well. Thank you to Current Body. I love working with Current Body. They are such an incredible business. So yeah. That's all from me, my darlings. I hope you don't mind me ending the vlog looking like this, but that's all from me. I will see you in the next one. Good night.